Hey y'all, this is Tasha and I'm back with another video. Thanks so much for stopping into my channel. This is your first time here. Hey girl, don't forget to hit the subscribe button below and stick around for a while. Today's video, as you can see from the title, is about, these little white pieces of hair that starts popping up all over the place. Ever since I turned 30, which was a few years ago, the grays are just coming in, by the twins, the triplets, the quadruplets. They're just coming in, so fast. And I've just been covering it with black hair dye for the past, I would say maybe year or so. And I'm really just kind of tired of dyeing it and covering up. And I do want to kind of move away from using those commercial dyes with all those chemicals in it. Not that I'm just so green, but I just want to be conscious where I can. So I do want to kind of back away from using that so much and revisit an old friend. And that old friend is henna. I have not used henna in probably about, gosh, it's probably been over 5 years. I honestly don't really remember why I stopped using it. The only thing I could think of is maybe because of the time commitment with actually, doing it and processing and all that good stuff. Maybe that was it, but never had any ill effects on my hair or anything. So I'm gonna circle back around to an old faithful, get my henna from Henna Sooq online, because it is pure body art quality henna, which is what you want. You don't want those, the henna that's, oh, this is black henna, red henna, orange henna, because usually that's mixed with something else and it's not pure henna. So this is what I got. This bag is 100 grams. I ordered 2 of them so I could just have another one on hand. So this is my first time doing it in a very long time. I'm going to do my entire head, and then going forward I'll probably just reapply at the roots maybe every 2 to 3 months. We'll see how this goes, and then maybe reapply to my entire head maybe twice a year. That's kind of my plan that I have. We'll see how that actually works out in the long run, but here it is. Here's my hair. It has been freshly washed already, so you guys can see all the little white hairs. I mean, they're all over the place. There's no shortage of gray hair here. So I decided now would be a good time, since I had to wash my hair anyway, go ahead and get this. You can apply it on dry hair. I just use so many products that I don't want to put it on top of, leave-in conditioners, gels, butters, all that stuff. I just wanted some freshly clean hair. So that's what I have here. So I've already mixed it, so I'm just kind of talk to you guys as I apply a little bit of this. First thing you want to do is definitely get some Vaseline or some type of oil of some sort if you don't have Vaseline on hand. And kind of like you did when you were about to get a relaxer, put some Vaseline all along the perimeter of your head. Do not forget the neck. Henna does stain wherever it comes in contact with if you don't remove it fast enough. So that's why you want to kind of have the Vaseline as being a little bit of a barrier so that it does not stain anywhere else except for your hair where you want it to go. Make sure you wear an old t-shirt, you have towels. If you're doing your hair in a really nice bathroom, make sure you cover your sink, because like I said, if it gets on anything and it stays there long enough, it will stain it. So just be cautious and make sure that you have everything well covered around you. So I'm gonna go ahead. Here is my henna. It's already mixed in a plastic bowl and it's been sitting for probably about 4 hours now, and the dye has definitely released. Here it is. If you have not seen henna before, it basically is a green powder. I'm pretty sure there's nothing left in the little bag here that I used. If I can get it off, put my gloves on, because you want to make sure you have gloves, because if you don't, again, it's going to stain your hands and everything else. But if you can see inside the bag, it's a green powder that you use, and then the dye release is, this is what it looks like. But the dye that is released is usually some sort of red tint, depending on how pure the henna is. in the, I think it's called the Blossom content. I might be mistaken. Some of them are deeper than others, so but it's usually always some shade of red. So here it is. I only mixed mine with warm water, did some olive oil, and also did some honey because henna can be very drying to your hair as well. So I just add the honey and the olive oil to do a little bit of moisture, but here it is. And I'm going to go ahead and start applying it. It's pretty thick. Usually want to get it the consistency of like pancake batter, so it could use a little bit more water, but we're going to rock with this since my hair is already wet. I don't want it too slippery, slipping and sliding all over the place. So put my towel on, and I'll just kind of work in sections. So I'll just work how I have it already split up from doing the washing. Oh, look at that. The camera probably isn't even picking it up, but oh my gosh, I just don't know what happened. So I'm literally just gonna take it and apply it to my hair. You just want to make sure that you get everywhere so that when you are done, that it has had time to sit on each part of your hair and you're not missing any strands. I will say, if you have never used henna before, it has a smell that you have to get used to. The very first time I used it, I did not think I was going to make it with it sitting on my hair the hours that it needs to sit, because it was, oh my God, the smell, it was just, and I wouldn't even say that it's necessarily stink. It's just something you have to get used to. It is a very earthy scent, if that makes any sense, but it definitely has a smell, so you will have to kind of get used to that. If you think you can't, this might not be for you. But I'm mainly using henna to cover my grays, but it also has other benefits, such as making your hair stronger. This is a permanent dye on your hair, so it is truly depositing on the strands of the hair, which is why it's permanent. It's not where it's going to continue to wash out a little at a time every time you shampoo your hair. Once you start doing henna, you really should make sure that you're ready to commit to doing it. Not that you have to do it forever. And when I say commit to doing it, I mean that you cannot switch back and forth between this and then traditional hair dye. You have to pick one or the other, because once you do this, because it penetrates the strands, it's hard for regular commercial hair dye to then go through and try to penetrate your strands as well. So just make sure you're certain before you move forward. And I'm just kind of over the box dye at this point. And like I said again, this also makes your hair stronger and healthier over time. So I'm at that age where I'm just, I want long hair, but I also want healthy hair, and I want to don't spend a lot of time on my hair. So although this is very time consuming, again, like I said, I may only be doing this probably once every 3 months or so. So you guys can see it basically looks literally like mud going on, and you just continue to maneuver it through your hair till you get every strand coated. When you go to mix your henna, there's a bunch of different recipes online of people mixing it with teas and coffees and all type of other stuff. I keep my recipe simple. Just some water, honey, and olive oil. And I just used some warm water out of my Keurig, and it was, I think it was 8 ounces. I used a little bit less than 8 ounces for the 100 grams. And then literally probably like a tablespoon of the olive oil and honey together. And that was it. Mixed it this morning, and I'm gonna let it sit. Back in the day when I used to do this, I used to let it sit on my hair overnight. Not going to do that today. Just going to let it sit in for about 3-4 hours or so. I didn't see any extra benefit of leaving it on overnight. Of course, it does help kind of split up the process if you leave it on overnight. So if you go ahead and, you know, prepare it, shampoo your hair or whatever, and put it on the night before, then you can just kind of sleep and let the henna do its thing and wake up the next morning and then do the whole rinsing process, so that you're not having to do, because it's, if you do it all in one day, it's literally a full day. You're not going to leave your house unless you know how to, you know, tie your hair in those cute little turbans and things, which I don't. But if you know how to do that, you can get away with leaving the house with having this on your head. So just gonna keep doing this so you can still look a lot. I know I'm missing some of the benefits of henna, but you can do a quick Google search, it's your best friend, to find out all the other benefits of using henna. But what it basically is going to do, so where my grays are, it should produce like a red or maybe like an orange, a little bit deeper than an orangey tint on the grays. And then where my hair is black, it's you're basically not going to be able to see too much of it and in the lighting inside your house. But if you're using natural light outside, you'll be able to see like a red tint to your hair where it is black. So it just won't be as bright as if you used, you know, a box dye or something where you'll be able to clearly see that your hair is red. It's not going to be noticeable like that. So totally fine for work if you're worried about something like that. Also want to mention, got it on my arm. It just fell on the floor. I'll get it. Also want to mention that you want to make sure when you're mixing this that you mix it in some sort of plastic or glass, and the same with the utensil that you're using. It's said that it reacts with metal, so if you're using like your metal spoons or a metal bowl, what that reaction is, I honestly don't know, but that's the rules, and I just follow the rules and don't question some of that stuff, and just, you know, they say don't do it, I don't do it, so just leaving it alone. Let me grab this bit off the floor. So here it is. I think I'm done for now. A little bit back there. So here it is all on. Here is what I still have left. So it's not a ton that I have left, and I don't think you can freeze it and put it in your freezer and use it again if you had enough. I don't think I'm going to freeze that. It's just, it's not enough for me to do a full application. So even if I just did my roots, that would not be enough. So I would have to mix some more anyway. So I'm just not going to worry about that. So see, here's my gloves. So even the gloves are already basically tinted. So I'm going to take these off. And then you just get you some plastic wrap so that you can wrap your hair. If you are going to sleep with this on, of course, I definitely recommend even putting a little bit of a layer of paper towel or something in between, like here, your edges and around your ear, just in case it comes out just a little bit. You won't ruin your pillowcases or anything. But I'm not sleeping with it on, so I'm just going to be careful not to lean on anything while I'm at home. And then I'm going to grab a shower cap and put that on top of this, and then just tie my scarf around, and then hang out for a few hours, wipe all this Vaseline off, hang out for a few hours, and then I'm going to rinse. I'll go ahead and show you what I'm using to rinse before then. Really cheap conditioner, because you usually use a ton of it to try to get it out of your hair after you have let it sit on. So I'm not going to use even my $4 or $5 conditioner. This was maybe like $1.15 at CVS. So this is what I'm going to use just to, again, get it out. And then after I have it out, I'm going to then deep condition, because then this is kind of like a protein treatment for your hair, which can be very drying. So after you get done, you want to circle back around with a moisturizing deep conditioner before you then proceed to finish up and style your hair. So this is going to sit on for a few hours. I'm going to rinse, and then I will come back and show you how it actually covered up my grays. All right, see you in a few. Hey y'all, I am back. As you can see, the henna is all rinsed out. I let it sit on for about 3 hours this time, and from the looks of it, that was more than enough time for the color to deposit. This has clearly shown me I had a lot more gray than I thought I did. Woo! I mean, because there's some really red highlights in here. If the camera will pick it up for you guys. So if you can see up in here. Up in here, let me see if I can. So everywhere you see kind of the red tint, that's more so where it was more of the grays. You can really see it here in the front, because that's where, of course, I said earlier, most of my grays were right there in the front, and that's where you see the red highlights. I really hope the camera is picking it up. If not, I'm so sorry. I'll post some pictures on my Instagram after I style it so you guys can see what it looks like styled. But here it is. I am in love with the color. I love red hair, and I forgot how much I did. I even can see on my black hair, I can see where the red tint is, even here under this bathroom lighting. So I'm excited to see what it looks like when I go outside, but it pretty much covered all my grays like I expected and like I wanted. And I wanted the red. You can actually, if you want to, again, still be a little more natural with your hair color, you can take this a step further if you just want your hair black without the red, and apply indigo to your hair. It's another powder mixture that you have to mix up. Basically, so very similar to henna, but it leaves a black color on your hair. The only thing is, it's a two-step process. You can't just use straight indigo without doing the henna process first if you really want the color to deposit on the hair. And I'm not about that life. This was long enough, and I like the red, so I'm fine with not doing the extra step of the indigo. But if you wanted black hair and not the red dye that the henna leaves, just do the henna first and then turn around and do your indigo, and then it will leave your hair all black instead of the red. But this is it for my hair. It actually feels really, really soft. My hair must have really needed some protein, because I don't remember it feeling this soft when I did henna in the past, unless my hair texture has changed. I mean, I've had a kid in between that time, so you never know. Oh, and let me show you here's my conditioner. Like I said, get a cheap one, because I basically used half the bottle just to rinse it out, and I didn't get it all out. Still, the water was still lightly red, but I'm going to follow it behind with my deep conditioner. Today I'm going to use the Alakay Naturals Honey and Sage deep conditioner, so I'm going to put this on to really get the moisture back in my hair. And then I'm actually probably going to do some twists for a twist out. I haven't done a twist out in a while. I know that it used to be my staple, but I've been rocking with these wash and goes lately, okay? But I am going to do some twists and then let those sit in for a few days, and then I will twist out, and I will definitely try to post those pictures on my Instagram when I can get out in sunlight once I do twist the hair out, so you can get a better effect of hopefully be able to really see the henna on my hair. But here it is, all done. Again, it's a little bit of a lengthy process if you're just used to, of course, you know, shampooing, conditioning, getting in, getting out when it comes to your hair. But I think it is worth it, and I can't wait to do it again in about another 2 to 3 months to see what the color deposit looks like at that time, because for now I'm loving this red that I have. So if you have any questions about henna, again, I am no pro. I learned basically everything that I know on YouTube or some part of the internet about henna when I learned many years ago. So feel free to ask me and I will try to help any way that I can. Again, thank you so much for watching. Please do not forget to hit the subscribe button below. Please share this video as well, and thanks for stopping in. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.